We forked this existing demo that uses a dialogue system in Unity, and we swapped out one of the primitive shape assets for an actual villager that's going to take us on a side quest. So this is the RPG game that we're going to modify an asset with. So once we first start, this is kind of how it goes. Okay, so it is a mouse controller and you use your keys on your keypad to control your direction. So here we have this square character named George, and we are going to swap him out for an actual villager. And we can talk to him and everything and decide if we want to go on a quest, shop some of his wares, or leave. So let's go find a cool model to make George into. I ended up finding this really interesting villager asset, and he is also carrying a weapon, so that's perfect. I ended up downloading this model and uploading it to the Echo 3D cloud. In order to upload your asset, you just have to click on an empty content card or the Add to Cloud button, and then choose your file, and that's how you would upload it to the cloud. In the starting camp scene, you can see that this is George. This is the character that we're going to run into in the beginning, who is going to put us up to a quest. So over here, I've already added the Echo 3D service, which is in the packages folder right here. And you drag that into the hierarchy anytime you're using Echo 3D. And for George, I am going to go to the runtime folder and drag the Echo 3D hologram onto this game object. Alternatively, you could also drag the Echo 3D hologram prefab and just make it a child. It's totally up to you. Now that we have our villager uploaded, we're going to add the API key and the entry ID to our SDK. So I copied that over, and I know it doesn't look like much, but you'll see the magic happen. So over here with the API key, we're just going to paste ours and go back and get the entry ID. If you click on these overlapping squares, it'll copy automatically. Otherwise, you can copy it from right here when you click on the content card. And then we're going to add the entry ID, and then we're going to save once we add those changes. And because this is a visible shape, we are going to go over here and turn off George, the mesh renderer. So now that that's off, Collider, all these things can stay. These are all physics and scripts, perfectly fine. Okay, let's get into it and let's see the positioning and the placement and scale. Everything should be more or less suitable. So we'll start the game and see what happens. So he's looking a little high, and we forgot to turn off the mesh renderer for this axe. So we'll go back and make these changes. So we want to drop him a little bit. We could also move the game object, but this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to use the metadata. So here we're going to mess with the Y value because we want to lower him. And let's say -1. Okay, so let's load back and see where we're at. And there you have it. This is how easy it is to switch out assets from the game. All you really have to do is add the Echo 3D script or prefab, and everything that you've applied to the parent, including all the physics and scripts, will be inherited and applied to the same Echo 3D object.